Hey guys, this is Chris. It is Arena Event Day. So I decided that I was going to talk a little bit about my ongoing quote unquote developing strategy. The reason I say developing because I really don't have any idea. I'm just kind of winging it. I know that the developers have given us a little bit of statistics and stuff, and um, anytime I get any amount of statistics, I'm absolutely going to overthink things. So this video is going to be about me overthinking things, and yeah, there we go. So my my partner, or maybe my enemy, whoever, is Jay with a bunch of numbers on there. So if no disrespect, Jay, hopefully I win. We're going to go ahead and take a look at two different things. First of all, I want to take a look at both my top end roster and his top end roster. And the way if you don't know, the way you look at the rosters, you can hit event rewards, and then you can click the names. So let's take a look at mine. Excuse me. So I'm actually, if you you can see my arena, I'm experimenting with JTR on my first order team. Pretty interesting so far. Now I can do a lot more debuffing, and she's almost always has offense up and crit chance up, or crit damage up, whichever one she gets. Okay, so I'm going to sort this by gear tier because I think that's the most important thing to look at right now. And I'm also going to make the assumption that because we can only have 5 defensive squads, I should say our galactic power tier is around 2.1 mil. So I think as of the this, I'm not sure what to call it, where they capture your roster. As of that moment, I think I had like a 500 or something like that GP edge on Jay, which I don't think matters, and you'll see why. If you know anything about, you'll know that I have a touch of ADHD, so it's a little bit difficult for me to focus and stay on task long term. And I'm going to prove that to you by showing you that I have that many. There's 6 plus 3, that's 9. I have 9 gold faces. So I can tell you that, scrolling down a little bit here, down to Scavenger Ray is G11. So Maul, Palpatine, Yoda, and Ray are gear 11. And pretty much everybody else below that, down to, say, First Order Officer, is gear 9. Yeah. So I'm not very top heavy. But I do have a ton of people who are, I can go pretty far down that are, gear 8 plus. And I would say down to maybe 5s here are gear 8, I think. So I got quite a few people who are modestly geared, but not a lot of people who are heavily geared. And that's going to be a problem, as you're going to see. So let's hit the back button here. And one more time. Oh, I gotta hit the X now. Let's take a look at my new friend Jay. My new friend Jay has 6 times 2 is 12, 13, 14. He's got 14 gear 12 characters. Because I don't know his roster, I'm gonna have to try to go by these circles, the purple circles, and they don't really mean a lot to me. I would think down to maybe Resistance Trooper is probably gear 11. Of course it doesn't say, thanks. But anyway, while I've got this Resistance Trooper open, let's just quickly look at some of the mods on here. Not a lot of speed here. He's probably geared for a Sith Raid. And the reason why I'm poking at some of these guys here is, let's take a look at, here's the first one I poked, and I was like, oh, jeez. So my guy Jay has 3 6 dots mods on Luke. And if that groan wasn't enough, I scrolled down and I saw 283. Great. Now let's take one step backwards, and this is what I'm assuming he's going to be playing. There's his arena team. So I know that Luke's going to go. Well, sorry, Han's going to go first, then Luke's going to go second after that. And I would assume R2's pretty fast. 254 is not bad. And then if I go take a look at Chewie, 243, that's pretty good. What I know is well, I'm assuming I know, is that that's going to be either one of his attacking parties or defending parties, obviously. What I'm thinking is that if, all things considered, if he sees my video and is like, hey, that's what I did, that would be pretty funny. But so my assumption is that if he goes heavy defense and places his CLS team, his JTR team, and maybe even the EP team as defense, I'm probably in trouble because what I ended up doing, and I'll show you in a minute, is I ended up going heavy offense. So I put a bunch of my lower tier, mid tier ish teams on defense, so I can get my first order, my resistance, my rebels, etc. on offense. Because when I saw this, I realized that so he's got at least 2 teams, maybe even 3 teams represented here in his gold squads. So I'm going to go ahead and guess the CLS team we were just looking at. I'm going to guess the JTR team because there she is. There's BB-8. We saw Rey and what was it, Resistance Trooper down below. So my assumption is that those will also be on a team. And then it makes a lot of sense to have Vader, Palpatine, Wampa, etc. So there's a lot of representation here of 3 solid teams. If he plays defense with those teams, I'm going to have a hard time combating that because obviously he's more top heavy than I am. It looks to me as if he drops off a lot faster than I do, which makes a lot of sense because if we're the same galactic power, you can see he's at 2.1. That's where I'm at, 2.1 as well. So if he's a lot more top heavy than I am, then that means that I'm a lot more middle heavy than he is, which makes a lot of sense because I have a lot more modestly geared characters, and he doesn't seem to do that. I don't even know if. Let's see. Let's click on. Let's just pick Wedge. So. Yeah, see, Wedge speed 131. So I have a suspicion that in this type of battle, he's not going to be as middle heavy as I am. Well, let's look at Fox. His Fox 106 and damage decent. So my guess is like his first order team, that the whole Bastila crazy thing are probably underdeveloped. There's 170 on that. So my assumption is if he goes heavy defense, and since I'm going heavy offense, then he's going to have a quote unquote challenge with my middle tier teams, whereas I'm going to have a very hard time with his hard defense. Now, conversely, if he goes heavy offense and I went weak defense, as I'll show you, he's going to mow me down and own all my territories pretty fast. And my theory is that if he goes heavy offense, regardless if I went heavy defense or not, he may need 2 attacks in my first order team to defeat it. But my other teams are not going to be strong enough to overcome what I'm seeing here, which made me think that if I don't want to say surrender, but if I go ahead and surrender my territories and then focus on conquering his territories, then maybe I have a better shot at winning on a technicality or a points break type thing. So that's my theory going on here. It also tells me that I need to focus a lot more on getting my Gear 11 guys to Gear 12, and also working a lot more of the 6 dots. So let's go in and take a look at what I'm talking about with my setup. So you see it's 4.5 hours basically left. Here's me on my left squad. I have I went ahead and put my, I'm stopping short of saying my sorry ass Phoenix squad. Put my Phoenix squad out there. I have my my Jedi team, and I think he might have. Every time I put this team on Territory Wars, it takes probably 2 or 3 different attacks. I think they underestimate how much foresight they have, and I think they also underestimate how hard Ezra hits in this team. So my estimation is probably going to require 1 or 2 attacks to kill that squad. Phoenix squad, he'll probably kill it 1 attack. So I'm guessing he'll need 3 squads here to take care of these 2. When I go to my other table, yeah, I know. Don't laugh at my Jolee. I actually fought against a highly developed version of this in Arena the other day, and it was super annoying. We went to a timeout with my First Order team, and I just could not kill a Jedi fast enough, and Jolee was just bringing him back. So I just said, yeah, if you can't beat him, join him, and that's what I'm doing with that squad. Is I'm developing that one to be one of my defensive squads. I know I need to star him up, and I'll get to that when I get to that. In the meantime, what I really want to do is mod him to be heavy health. So that's where I'm going with that. And 3-star, that's not going to cut it right now. His health, 1,000 protection. That's not going to do it. And the 148 speed is pretty pathetic too. So I just started gearing him 2 days ago, and it shows. I think, in all honesty, I think he's going to mow me down. He may need 2 attacks on. I don't know. Like I said, it depends on if he goes heavy defense and he's attacking me with modest teams with the gear 10 and gear 8 type squads. He may have some issues with oh, I can't open it. Oh well. With my you can't see me clicking. I'm clicking the Rogue One team. He may have difficulty with that, only because I think Jyn is gear 10, 1 gear from being gear 11. And the fact that she can keep rezzing over and over again is pretty crazy. And I have her heavily modded for speed. I think she's like 250 speed, and well, I think I can click her. .232, sorry. But I think I scrolled too far. No, where's potency at? There it is. Oh, you know what? I think I changed my mod beforehand. Oh, that's not so good. I was swapping mods between her and somebody else. I had her potency super high. Oh, jeez. Whoops. Never mind. He may mow this one down too. Well, that's a mistake. Yeah, I had her potency upward of like 60-70%. And I know that her Into the Fray raises up her potency pretty high. But I want it to be so that every time she hits with the old baton, this guy, that she's stealing and stunning. And oops, I forgot to put the mods back on. Oh well. Yeah, that's a mistake. Anyway, excuse me. The Sith team, I don't know. I've never really put a lot of emphasis on Nihilus and Scion. And I wanted to keep the rest of my Sith available for my EP attacking team. So here's what I have on this. The only, can I hold it? My Dooku is interesting. Oh, I forgot to put This is why you don't move mods around. Well, this is why I shouldn't move mods around, because I forget to put them back. Maybe, let's see. Yeah, his tenacity did take a slight hit. I wanted to really, really focus on two things with him. I wanted his critical chance to be up high. You can see it's almost 50%. Strictly because obviously he counterattacks a lot. But I also wanted to have his tenacity up near 60 to 70% in addition to potency. Strictly because I hate the fact that Dooku would be a good character if his ass wasn't stunned nonstop. He's perma-stunned nonstop. So I tried. You can see I'm missing. I'm not even sure what I took off of him for that. Yeah, it's probably tenacity, because you can see the circle there. Took off a tenacity. It was probably tenacity triangle with critical damage. Yeah. Oh well. So, long story short, my whole theory is blowing up in my face. I shouldn't have looked at those mods. I should have been just going through this blissfully happy. Now I know. So that stinks. Oh well. So, do I have any offensive strategies? No, not really. Obviously, I have my first order team. I'll probably run. See, I keep bouncing back and forth. I like Phasma on the team because she's constantly healing, constantly giving everybody protection up. Not protection up. He gets basically protection from the advantage. So I like Phasma on the team. My traditional team is both Xylos, Fox, and I'm drawing a blank. He's right there. First order Stormtrooper. So that'll be one, and I'll most likely attack his CLS team with that and see what I can do. I will have available to me the Jedi Training Rey team, or whatever I put together with her. I believe that I still have, there's BB-8 still available. Oh, let me sort for gear tier to make it a little bit easier. I will also have Zeta Finn resistance. So theoretically, I have 2 resistance type squads I can attack with. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with JTR, to be totally honest with you. I'll figure that out on the fly. I also have available to me Night Sisters. If I can get something whittled down, I can come at that. My Night Sisters pretty much suck. I'll be totally honest. Once you get past Asajj, they're not good. But I also have a bunch of gear 10 and 11 Sith. So Palpatine, Vader, Thrawn. Yeah, I'll figure out that team as well. And hopefully I can cause some mischief. On the other hand, if the guy goes completely offense and goes over and butchers my team, then I won't have any problems at all with just killing off his stuff. So either way I go, we'll see. Anyway, I'm pretty sure this recording is going kind of long. Didn't intend that, but I want to make sure that I talked about my strategies and talked about it because I'm excited about it. It'll be interesting to see how, if we go into phase 2 and all that with this trial run of Grand Arena, or if it's just a 1-round thing, we go into the full thing afterward. But my guildmates have said that they think that round 2 and round 3 of it will be more complex, and we'll see. I don't know, especially with my squad sizes and stuff. Maybe if you go to 3-on-3 attacks, I can put more squads up for defense. I'm not really sure, but that'll be interesting to see. I am excited about the 3-on-3 stuff. That's pretty cool. So anyway, too long. Yeah, I think that's about it for now. If you have any thoughts or comments on my my squads or what you hope to see, let me know. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.